So today we have Dr. Judith Schelleg is going to speak to us. Yeah. She was a physical education teacher at Wingate Institute in Israel. I've been there. Alana's a graduate of Wingate Institute. And no, I know, it's not your name, I said, but she was also a dance choreographer, an actor, director, and playwright at Tel Aviv University, and she is a doctor of philosophy and management from Breyer State University in Los Angeles. The title of his, oh, wait a minute, this doesn't look right. Oh, okay. She has a very provocative title for her presentation today. I really like this. Is your intuition wise? Jeez. Okay, to help us answer that question, please welcome Judith Schelleg.
What's important is that I'm here with you because of you. And I'm excited because can I stand here and speak about who I am professionally. There is Dr. Jude, who is one person, and I'm Dr. Jude because you, Bernie and Jim, because for so many years, I know that I don't have to die. I can choose to die, but I don't have to die if I'm going with you. So this, as being Judith Schelleg and Dr. Jude, it's something different, because in this room, I'm Judith Schelleg. And in my profession, like there are people who are very professional in their field, they have different attitude. And I wanted to, I don't know how it's going to be here, but I'm sure that I'm determined to go on with what I'm doing and to be with you much closer. When I speak about, is your intuition wise? We had a beautiful example yesterday with Lori Phillips. She was speaking about wise intuition. And I want to tell you a small story about a person who came to me to have a coaching. And she said, oh, I am 35 years old, of course, and I never had a real relationship. And I want to create a real relationship. And some ghost came to her and said to her, now it's the time, and go and do your coaching with Judith. And I asked her, do you choose your people that you are connected with? Do you choose them according the list, like he's tall enough, he's smart enough, he's educated enough? You choose it from the intuition. Always from the intuition. And I asked her how long you had the long relationship. And she said 3 months after the army. And it was the longest relationship that she could create with her intuition. And she wanted a wise intuition. And how we create this wise intuition. And is it wise or stupid? And I can say sometimes my intuition is stupid, but I'm upgrading my intuition. And it's sharper and sharper all the time. I developed during my life with you guys developed a new way to encourage people to use emotional power to make a busy life spacious and happy. And that's what I'm doing now. Because from the time that I met Bernie and Jim till today, I created some program. During this program, my intuition, my emotional power is stable. And I will speak about it more. Okay, to be or not to be emotionally intelligent individuals. And we'll look at those people. By the way, my picture is from the time that I have been here 8 years ago. And I am using it because, you know, to being here, it's something very special for me. Stress or pressure. When we are stressed, we have emotions for the future, which are stressful. We have too much emotions, which are stressed about the future, which are stressing our ability to function in the present in our best, okay? And when we are, stress, stress, yes, okay. And the pressure, everything is translating from Hebrew because my ability to speak with the mic in English, this is my first opportunity. So, yeah. Thank you. And I'm also doing something unusual for myself because I'm trying to sell from stage, and that I never did before. But, you know, it's just I'm trying. Okay. So I express what's stressing and what is pressure. Our past has a lot of heavy emotions. And those heavy emotions, we are like pressing them inside to our soul. And our soul is very fragile. And because of too much emotions from the past, which are managing our present, we can't function in the present at the best way. So what I'm showing here, a person who is pressed and a person who is stressed, and their emotional position is not good, so they can't use their instinct, they can't use their best intuition how to act and react in the present. That is part of what I'm doing. I'm teaching people to understand what they feel, to know if the emotions are from the past or from the future, and what is relevant and not relevant, and to do it online. Like the same time they can use it. Okay, but it's not just me. It's and not just Bernie and Jim. Google also try to solve the death problem. They have done this research, I think 5 years ago, and when I met it, I was so happy because Google is a power. So that's what research have done. And since my English is not good enough, I want to ask Joe to read it for me. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah?
Thank you.
Researchers have discovered a common pattern in behavior. Self-injury is a primitive means for combating the emotional numbness. In the human context, self-destructive behavior is a common behavior expression. People hurt themselves as a punishment for the self-misunderstanding of the emotions that manage their behavior. Wow, okay. The concept of certain types of destructive actions belongs to the search and discovery of unique selves. The case studies demonstrate an adolescent suicide self-destruction during the past 10 years as an outcome of emotional ignorance.
And this is very encouraging for me, research saying that let's not be numb to our emotions. And here you can see a person probably, and this is funny. This is funny. It's funny because it's a cartoon. And if we are at the stage that we can laugh on ourselves, saying, can we resolve self-destruction? And with the emotions, we can reduce our destruction. I think about so many people who died, and it's difficult for me. Right or wrong assumptions. And that's what I wrote in my book. This is my book. Thank you. It came here recently, just at the beginning of this month, and I'm very proud of it. And my publisher, he taught me to speak about my book every time that I have an opportunity. So can you read this as well, please?
Right or wrong assumptions. During lifetime, emotionally, 60% of people cause self-destruction, 30% destroy each other, 10% shit happens. Be good in your lifetime. Reduce the 90%.
This is a quote from my book, okay? Access consciousness. So just before I left Israel, like it was in November when I met this technique, they are touching the head and they speak with the subconscious. And what's very interesting for me as the researcher is how to take from the subconscious the ability to achieve our goals, because the subconscious, we don't have to touch it until, it's open for us to move. And my ability to be connected with my emotions, with my soul, not with my subconscious, with my soul, create the ability to be better with my intuition. So I went to do this course not because that I knew what's going on there, just because I have seen that this company working very strong online, they speak very nice to the public, and they increase their business from scratch to 130 countries, and it was exciting for me. So I went there and I made a course of facilitators. That will be this one. So I have a diploma of facilitators. I like my diplomas from Vinges and the other things. So I have this one, not in my, never mind. And actually what it is, this is instructions. Those are rules. People are doing exactly what the leader said to do. And it's amazing how, how it's really an unreasonable effect. So for me, just before I went, I had a surgery. It was on February. I don't remember. Never mind. Before I went to the surgery, I had this first time the treatment of it, and it was part of my Alexander technique treatment. and most of the people know about Alexander Technique. Jana is working with Alexander Technique. And this woman, I told her, I'm going to have a surgery and I'm afraid from the pain. And she said, I will give you a treatment, there will be not pain. And I had this surgery, and 1.5 kilo of my flesh was going out. And after the surgery, I had no pain. It was not normal. But I asked my son, what do you think about it? My son is a doctor. He said, you are not normal, so it's normal. And yeah, it's true. And when Lynn Spinks, after my treatment, that I don't know what I'm doing, I just did it, went on the stage and said, 4 days I'm not eating and I'm not hungry. After a few days, I made this connection and I said, there is something that I don't know if it's working in the world, but I think we can do something to each other, moving this way, and to create something better for us. So this is unreasonable, and my book, as you have seen, Making the Irrational Rational, and that's what we are doing. Making the irrational rational, we are killing the possibility to die. Now I'm going quickly. There are rational people and emotional people, and each of us is on this scale. And if Joe wants to read, yeah, thank you.
So the rational people respond to reality by answering instructions. It is difficult for them to be flexible, intuitive, and original. They are obtuse to emotions. Emotional people react emotionally and inefficiently to reality. They do not achieve their goals or fulfill their true potential. They live in consistent frustration.
Okay, that's what I mean. This is two parts of the line, okay? And each of us is in some place on this line. And when we have the balance between we are reacting better and better, and we have better, wise intuition. This guy, you can see, we would like to have him here in our room, but he said, no, I have nothing to learn anymore. I am good with what I am, and I am afraid to move on with my knowledge. But, he can do much better. What I'm doing in my study, and I said that I'm going to sell something, so I have to be committed to my publisher. And the step 1 is insight wisdom. What I'm trying to say, the person who wants to develop his emotional intelligence, he has to do 4 steps. 1 step is to know what he is feeling. And now I will ask you, Dan, is it okay? He said he is a linguistic. I know in Hebrew we have more than 800 words defining the emotions. Nobody have done, I paid for linguist, and he count the words who are defining the emotions. How many words in English language do you think?
It's something like 800,000 words.
Okay. You are, Anthony, this is the first clear sound that I'm asked here, and then and I really, really appreciate it, because Anthony Robbins said 6,000 words in English language are defining emotions. Okay? So the first thing, I want to know what to verbalize, what emotions I feel when I'm standing here, what emotions I feel when something wrong happened, what something good happened. It's like to have vessels, you know, to try and to teach myself to understand my soul. Next. Step 2 is mutual wisdom. Mutual wisdom, we have different connections with different people, and with each other person, we want to create something better or to step apart, okay? But how to create the mutual wisdom, we can learn because we need to differentiate people from our intimate environment, from our and from different environment. Anyhow, you see, when 1 and 2 holding hands with the subconscious, they create the third one. And the third one can create not www, can create www with many benefits, with many people who will benefit from what we are doing together. Next. Step 3, the deepest wisdom. The deepest wisdom, we know that we have to, thank you, I'm going to finish. We have to for jumping up, we have to go deep. So that's the step 3. And the step 4 is to use wise intuition to create the future. Because the future is created in the present. We create, as far we are more intelligent emotionally, we can see the future better and to see the wise move to this future. I see definitely my wise. Okay, let's move the next one, my bonus, and now I'm selling. I apologize that I'm selling, you don't have to buy. It's okay, but I will be happy if you will buy. And I'm selling a package. It's one-time deal for PUI people. I'm giving 1 hour personal access consciousness bars connections with Dr. Jude. 4 group meetings, 4 steps to improve wise intuition, and the participants supposed to bring their own laptop because the group meetings are with the laptop. And only today the price is $250. And the first one who is buying this program will have my book for free. Thank you. And let's see if I have something else. Okay. Know him. Let's kick him. Okay, suspicious people, and I look at him, you know who he is. And I can say I am suspicious from time to time because too much fraud going around us and take advantage of emotional people, and I am an emotional person. And successful people, and you know this guy, when they make a decision, they rarely regret. I never regret that I choose this way of movement. Thank you so much, guys. And thank you for participants. Why now? And this is my last thing that I wanted to say. I want to create with you a better future for People Unlimited, because I'm sure that we don't have to die. We can live and contribute if we are doing it the way that you are creating right now for us. Thank you so much.